Today we're going to learn some exercises and drills that can help us alleviate back pain, especially if the back pain is coming because of this anterior tilt. Now, first thing we need to do is test and see are the muscles of the back overworking or underworking. So we're going to do that either by standing or kneeling and doing, if you're kneeling you're going to be doing camel cat pose, but by standing, so we can shift the hips in this anterior tilt and posterior. Okay, so go through a few times through the movement. Now, if you feel pain at the end of this posterior tilt where your lower back are rounded, it means that your muscles are overworking. So by the overworking muscles, we mean that they are strongly pulling the hips and shifting the pelvis in this anterior tilt. So rounding the back causes the pain. It means that the back muscles are overworking. So we're going to cover exercises that can help in dealing with this issue, as well as if you have really big anterior tilt, these exercises will help you in shifting in a more neutral position. As we start going through the circuit of drills, you'll see that the exercises aren't focusing only on the back, because we have to know that the symptoms might be pain in the back, but the main root cause of issue can be abdominals, can be hip flexors, glutes, knee or even ankle, sometimes upper part of the spine. So the best example of this would be if you have a look at the pelvic cross syndrome. So what is happening here is that the tight back extensors are causing hip flexors to tighten. So your hips, your pelvis is going into this anterior tilt. So as a result of the biomechanics, what happens is that your glutes and your core starts to underwork or starts to getting weak because these are tight. Now, I don't want you to remember this cross syndrome. It's just an example of on science that we base this type of drills. So when we start going into them, you'll see that we are going to focus on strengthening the core and the glutes while we stretch the hips and the lower back. Time to go through the exercises in the drills. First one, we're going to use deep split squat. We're going to stretch our hip flexors, so go as deep as you can, straighten the back, squeeze the back glute. This will cause additional stretch. Rest the foot. So we're going to hold for around 20 seconds. Maybe let's say 10, 12, and 20. We're going to switch around. Why are we stretching the hip flexors first? Well, if our lower back are tight, our hip flexors are usually tight as well because of the biomechanics. So sink down, squeeze the back glute, stretch for 20 seconds. Try to go as deep as you can. If you have smaller mobility, you might be more backwards, but don't worry, as long as you feel the stretch, it's all good. After this, we're going to lay down on the back, turn around, we're going to engage the core. If you have back problem, you can always put the pillow in the lower part of the back. So we engage the core by squeezing abdominals. So our lower back have kind of an arch. So we want to close the arch or press our lower back into the ground. So I'm going to emphasize the movement just a bit so you can see. From here we have this arch, so we're going to close the arch, engage the core. So let's hold here 15 seconds. Now, agonist-antagonist action. If the core is engaged, our lower back has to be relaxed. So fire, hold for 15 seconds, 20. So each of the drills, 15-20 seconds, 30. Doesn't matter. Longer the better. After we finish with the engagement, let's relax. We're going to turn around. We're going to start stretching and mobilizing the back. First we go on all fours. So we have this camel cat pose. So tummy towards the ground. Make a big arch in the back. Try to go up. So you should feel tension, but not sharp pain. Remember, if you feel sharp pain, you should stop with the movement. So try to go as deep as low as you can. Make as big arch as you can. A few times, 5-6 reps. After this, we go on the elbows. So let's lay down. Relax, nice and easy. Try to look up. Hold for a few seconds. If this is comfortable position for you, you can put the palms on the ground. Try to lift up and again. Hold for a few seconds. You can go on the toes because from here you're gonna push back in a child pose. So try focusing on the lower back so you can round them. From here we're gonna try in a puppy pose. So you're gonna be keeping the hips up but moving the head more in front. Nice and easy. Back. And one more time. We're gonna go from the elbows. Relax. If it's comfortable, after 5-10 seconds, we're gonna go up on the hands. Nice and easy stretch. It should feel slightly uncomfortable, but there should be no sharp pain. From here we're gonna push in a child pose. So behind, round the back. And again from here we're gonna try with the keeping the hips up and slowly going in front. After we finish, we're gonna turn around and fire up the glutes. This will be preparation, again, agonist antagonist for the hip extension, hip stretch. So from here, press through the heels, up, squeeze the glutes 5 to 6 times. 2, 3, remember squeezing the glutes, we stretch the hips. 4, 5, one more time. We're gonna repeat everything. Now, how much time we repeat depends how much time you have. The more, the better, obviously. Now, something is better than nothing. Try to spend minimum 15-20 minutes into the routine. So first we start with the hip stretch, squeeze the back glute, 15-20 seconds hold, relax. Now obviously each day would be best, but if you don't have time, every second, every third day, the more the better. So let's switch legs. And again, stretch, squeeze the back glute, nice and upright, 15-20 seconds hold. So we spend around 30-45 seconds on each of the exercise in the circuit. First thing we do is we stretch the hips, then we turn around, we engage the core, then we relax the back and engage the glutes. So stretch, engage the core. We know this arch in the back, press in the ground, fire the core, 15-20 seconds hold. Remember, you breathe while keeping the engaged core. This will loosen up the lower back. After this, we turn around, we work on the lower back, and then glute. Okay, when we finish, we're going to turn around. We're going to work on the lower back. First thing we're going to do, camel cat. Go down and up. Around 5 to 6 times. Mobilize. Slightly uncomfortable, no sharp pain. So after this pose, We go on the elbow, slightly stretch the back. The elbow up, 10 seconds hold. If it's comfortable, we go on the hands. If it's not, keep holding on the elbow. So we try on the hands. Again, hold for 15 seconds. We're gonna push back in a child pose. Nice and easy. Try to sit on your legs, around the back, relax. And again, you try keeping the hips nice and high, pressing with our head slowly to the front. And again, we're gonna repeat. We go cow camel. Focus on the hips, how they move, which muscles do engage. One more time, and we go down on the elbow in a cobra stretch. Slowly down, a few seconds. If it's comfortable, on the hands, press up. From here, we're gonna push back in a child pose. And after we finish working on the back, we're gonna engage the glutes and prepare the hip flexors for the stretch. And from here, try with the hips nice and high, chest down in the ground, slowly front, and back. Okay, we're gonna turn around. Last drill, engaging the glutes. Press through the heels, high, squeeze the glutes, and down. As you can see, if the glutes engage, our hip flexors have to extend, so they have to relax. So it's gonna be good preparation for the next drill. And as well, usually if our hip flexors are tight, our back are tight, means our glutes are weak as well as our core. So for today, that's it. If you want to, you can continue, and remember, the more you do, the better. Thanks for watching.